Hey guys, Insightful Nerd here, back with another LEGO review. Today we have set number 76313, the Marvel logo. Has 5 minifigures, a few of which are exclusives. Here we go. Here's the front of the box. Top of the box showing Iron Man. And the back of the box. Let's get into it. First impressions, it is beefy. This is a $100 set, and it is stout. They should have made it a little cheaper, maybe the same price as the Star Wars logo. We'll get into why it's so fucking heavy in a second. But as far as the logo itself is concerned, we have very cool building techniques all throughout. Little segments that are attached via bar. So there's a lot of cool techniques all throughout. Stuff like that. Pretty neat. So as you go throughout, you build slowly the whole box itself, and then like the last bag is just the letters. So it's super cool to do all that in one go. I do like that they keep the studs exposed on a little bit of it, so that's nice to see. What I don't like is this top bit, which I wish was tiled off. We will get into why that is the way it is just now. So we got this button on the back. Wow, this camera makes this look very orange. I can assure you it's red. Button. Suppose this is the top section, which normally you would have your figure of choice put on there. And then you have these two buttons here and here that if you push on, pops off these side panels. If you push all the way, it'll break off the top as well, revealing slots for two more. Same thing for the other side. Push, pops off that side first, and then the top bit, which, yeah, it's cool. And I mean, it does give you a place to put all of your figures. Like you can put your Iron Man, you can put your Hulk. Personally, I would have preferred it to be more like the Star Wars logo, where it's just a solid model with Easter eggs throughout. It would have helped lower the price. It would have been more beneficial. I kind of get why they went this approach, though. I don't know. I'd just prefer a tiled off box. As boring as that sounds, I would have just liked that better. But we can kind of look in here, see all the mechanisms throughout. It is quite complex. This set took me, I believe, 2.5 hours to build, just because I'm not a huge fan of Technic, and this is heavily reliant on it. I mean, it's definitely neat, but it's also just a lot. Like, you need to set aside a good amount of time to put this together. So, this set being quite minifig reliant, how are the minifigs? Well, let's get into it. Start off with this Black Widow. Pretty nice fig. It is the same torso and legs as the Leviathan, I believe face as well. Unfortunately, they downgraded it and gave us no arm printing, even though this one from the Leviathan set is in a lot of sets and has the arm printing. And these sets were being produced at the same time, so I don't know why they didn't just toss it on there. Different hair. I don't know why they chose to do that. Maybe it's supposed to be based off of Winter Soldier, but even then she doesn't wear this outfit in that movie. The Thor figure. Here we have Thor sporting what appears to be his Infinity War suit, or potentially Endgame. They brought back the fabric cape because they had to, because the shitty, awful rubber one would not fit into this thing, so they gave us, they half-assed. They gave us the one hole, not the two hole that properly secures it, so that's it's there, I guess. Mjolnir as per usual. I like the face print, but we've seen this a couple of times. Plain black legs. They need to start printing Thor legs. It's getting a little old. Here we have the newer Mark 6. Pretty cool. I do like the printing that they've been doing on Iron Man recently. I am not a fan of the new helmet. He looks like he's been punched in the head a couple times and he's all swollen. This is the one fig that should have been dual molded with like gold on top, red on bottom, because if you've seen the Avengers film. He's got his thighs are completely gold. So I mean that's a missed opportunity, especially when we see this figure quite often. Here we have one of our exclusive figs. We have a minifig scale Hulk, which is nice to see compared to the big fig we constantly get. Of course, based off of his appearance from the first Avengers film. Even got printed chest hair, which they don't do in the big figs, which is nice to have. They did it because obviously big fig would not fit in there. So yeah, overall this is really good. Even got a little bit of stubble on the face. And here we have the fig that definitely convinced me to get the set. Captain America, based off of his appearance from the first Avenger and his World War II attire. Very amazing torso print there. This is the same helmet and head that we've been getting for Cap, but that torso is perfect. The plain gray arms is definitely a choice. There's always upgrade kits, Chip Customs makes a beautiful one. I will be getting that at some point. The fact that they didn't dual mold legs or bare minimum print the blue parts for the top half of his arms is kind of crazy to me. So it's a half-baked minifig, but it's still very cool to see this version of Cap for the first time. Now, as for Hawkeye, we do not get one. So we have a Marvel logo with slots for the Avengers, except for Hawkeye. He's always being neglected for some reason. Set does include a brick separator, so we can add it to the stack. And just for scale, here we have the Marvel Legends Stan Lee figure, which I will definitely be having him sit next to it for my display. So yeah, final thoughts. Pretty good set overall. Very cool to see the exclusive figures that we did see. However, the price, definitely wait for a discount. That's a little steep. It's definitely, in my ideal world, it would have been just a red block with the Marvel logo. Maybe a couple Easter eggs hidden throughout, like the Star Wars set. The logo line in general kind of confuses me because they made both the Star Wars and Marvel one, yet they have different thought processes. Like Star Wars is a very heavy, minifig heavy theme, yet they didn't include any minifigs. They threw in some cool Easter eggs throughout, but it was only like the one little Tantive and Star Destroyer versus this, where there's no Easter eggs. It's bulky, includes a lot of Technic, which I'm never a fan of. The minifigs they even out to being okay, through generally speaking. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. This was the first set I've ever had to include the Ron piece. If you've seen my Instagram story, I got this brick instead of image on screen. I don't remember the fucking part. I'm not that autistic. But yeah, I was supposed to get that instead of this, which that's fine. I've been collecting Lego for a long ass time. That's the first time I had any mistake. So I put in an order for replacement. We'll see if it gets here. I'm definitely not going to actually. I used a spare one for my pile. It was a black one though. It's the piece is behind the R, I think. I'm not spending a fucking hour to take this apart to swap out a brick for a color I'm not gonna see. It's gonna bother me, but not that much. But yeah, just thought I'd mention it. I'll make an update if they ever get back to me. We'll see. It was my first time doing that, so we're just testing out their system to see if they'll actually just send it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching once again. 100 subscribers. We are building, reviewing, and modifying / adding onto the modular Daily Bugle. It would mean the world if you subscribe. Sneak on to your friends' devices, have them subscribe. I don't care what it takes. Let's get them numbers up. Peace.